On behalf of Sarah and Jonathan, the Ritchie and Haradon families, welcome. We are gathered here to unite in matrimony Jonathon Haradon and Sarah Ritchie. Sarah and Jonathan, over the course of your relationship, I've seen your joy and excitement grow as you've eagerly awaited this day. I've also seen a deep sense of peace develop in both of you as you've recognized that you have found the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. Your ongoing devotion to one another will continue that sense of peace and create the environment for you to flourish together. You don't know what adventures life will have in store for you next, but you are to go through them together. It's hard to imagine your love growing stronger than what it is today, particularly this day, but it's just a taste of what's to come. I'm excited to see you continue to nurture your love into a deeper, more mature love over the years to come. I'd like to welcome Jan Ritchie, mother of the bride, to come to the microphone and share a reading with us.
Welcome to this lovely occasion. I'm honored that Sarah and Jonathan have asked me to do this reading. As many of you know, Sarah is a member of the Shambhala Meditation Center in Denver. Shambhala is a global community based on trust in human dignity. Their visions are to inspire compassion, sustainability, and just human societies. What a wonderful foundation for Sarah and Jonathan to build their marriage and treatment of each other on. The first reading is called the Shambhala Buddhist Aspiration. It's written by a Canadian Buddhist nun by the name of Pema Chodron. Throughout my life, until this very moment, whatever virtue I have accomplished, I dedicate to the welfare of all beings. May the roots of suffering diminish. May warfare, violence, neglect, indifference, and addictions also decrease. May the wisdom and compassion of all beings increase, now and in the future. May we clearly see all the barriers we erect between ourselves and others to be as insubstantial as our dreams. May we appreciate the great imperfection of all phenomena. May we continue to open our hearts and minds in order to work ceaselessly for the benefit of others. May we go to the places that scare us. May we lead the life of a warrior. And the second reading they've asked me to read is the Hindu mantra for peace. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of our lives contribute in some way to that happiness and to that freedom for all.
Thank you, Jan. I'd like to welcome Peggy, mother of the groom, to come to the microphone to share a reading with us.
The keys to love. The key to love is understanding, the ability to comprehend the spoken word and the unspoken gestures, and the little things that say so much by themselves. The key to love is forgiveness, to accept each other's faults and pardon mistakes, without forgetting, but with remembering what you learn from them. Sorry. The key to love is sharing, facing your good fortunes as well as the bad together, but conquering both problems and forever searching for ways to intensify your happiness. The key to love is giving, without thought of return, yet with the hope of just a simple smile, and by giving in, yet never giving up. The key to love is respect, realizing you are two separate people with different ideas. You don't belong to each other, you belong with each other and share a mutual bond forever. The key to love is inside us all. It takes time and patience to unlock all our ingredients. It takes you to its threshold. It is a continuous, learning process, demanding a lot of work. The rewards are more than worth the effort. Those are the keys to love.
Thank you, Peggy. I'd like to welcome Lauren, Sarah and Jonathan's sister-in-law, to come to the microphone and share some thoughts.
Today is a celebration of love, commitment, friendship, family, and of two people who are in this forever. You don't have to have a ceremony, though, to have a celebration. There are thousands of important moments that happen throughout our lives, but this one is regarded as so critical that we acknowledge its special status by sharing it with others. Why this moment? Because despite all of our differences, love is what we all share. That no matter who we are, where we've come from, what we believe, we know this one thing: love is what we're doing right. That's why you're both standing up here, and that's why we're all here to watch you stand up here. We have all loved or been loved in some way, and in this moment, we're reminded that the ability to love is the very best part of our humanity. All of us here today have our own love stories. Some are short, others long. Some are yet unwritten, others are just getting to the good part. There are chapters in all of our stories that are challenging or disappointing, and others that are courageous and full of adventure. Most of them, though, are quiet, intimate, mundane even. Your love story is not one moment, it's every moment. Big ones like saying, I love you, or I do, but mostly a million little ones that are squeezed in between the big ones, falling asleep next to one another. Long plane rides to visit family, waking up early for a long hike, having guacamole on the table when you get home from work. I came across an idea within the Shambhala practice called cool boredom. Unlike the hot boredom we feel when we're irritated and anxious, cool boredom is peaceful. As the Shambhala founder describes, boredom is part of the discipline of meditation practice. This type of boredom is cool boredom, refreshing boredom. It's necessary, and you have to work with it. It is constantly very sane and solid, and very boring at the same time, but it's refreshing boredom. The discipline then becomes part of one's daily expression of life. To me, cool boredom is the million moments in between the big moments. It's feeling so deeply connected to someone that you find comfort in the gaps and the silences and the in-betweens. The moments when you don't know what to say. It's looking inward and pushing hard to bring your best self to this partnership. It's where we find softness and sympathy and patience and the kindness that a long-lasting relationship requires. This ceremony is a time to pause and look back at all the moments that brought you here, and to look ahead at all those that are still to come. We're all here because we want those moments for you. We're here to hope with you, to support you, to be proud of you, to comfort you, to cheer for you. And you, family and friends, hold a dear place in the hearts of this couple. It is in your company that these two have learned the lessons of friendship, of the tremendous act of giving one's love to another person. In this chapter, your role may be different, though certainly not diminished. And so today, I ask you to stand by them in their commitment to encourage, support, challenge, comfort, and celebrate with them. If so, please say we will.
We will. Sarah, Jonathan, do you both understand that you will be lawfully wedded? Okay, I ask you both to remember that love, loyalty, generosity of spirit are the foundations of a happy and enduring home. No other human ties are more tender, and no other vows more important than those you now assume. If you both keep these vows, your home will be happy and full of joy. Matt, please give Jonathan's ring to Sarah.
Okay. So, Jonathan, this is actually the easy part, getting up in front of all of our family and friends And telling you all the reasons I love you and can't wait to be your wife is one of the most natural things I've ever done. Since I first met you, you just felt right. Everything about you. Since you first came into our home. Since you first came into my life. So what are the reasons I can't wait to be your wife? Your strength. You're the most solid and stable human I've ever known. You sort of stand there and I run all these circles and throw all this shit at you and you just kind of stand there. And it's just amazing. Your spirit, you live with a conviction for your morals and beliefs that is enviable and inspiring. You truly make me want to be a better person. Your patience, I'd say that. Not just your patience for my impatience, but I so admire and try to emulate your ability to slow down and savor the moments of life. Your intelligence. Admittedly, it was hard to find a partner who challenges me intellectually. But you do, on a daily basis. Except in Boggle, of course, where I kill you. Your generosity with your time, your energy, and even in your choice of profession. Your vest for life and your sense of adventure. Need I explain more? Have you ever said no to any trip, any dinner, any walk around the block, or even a trip to the swing set? Have ever proposed? No. You've taken me on adventures and shown me things in life I never dreamed possible, from mountains to oceans, to even riding my bike to work on a daily basis. Your humor, you love to deny it, but you are easily the funniest person I know. Many nights I fall asleep because I can't fall asleep because I'm laughing so hard I've made myself nauseous. But most of all, it's your uncomplicated and non-judgmental support and love for me. You know me better than anyone in this world, and yet somehow you still manage to love me as much as you do. In my most private hopes and wishes, I never even imagined having a partner as wonderful as you. And I never imagined how wonderful my life could be until you came into it. Anthony Kennedy said in Obergefell, I thought you would like it, that I quoted the Supreme Court. In forming a marital union, two people become greater than they once were. That is what I truly feel, better than I once was, better than I ever will be, unflappable, unstoppable, supported, loved, cherished, and grounded in what matters. Now I'm going to steal a line from my fabulous sister-in-law who said in her vows, my only fear is that one lifetime won't be enough. So you're going to have to start believing in reincarnation. I love you. Jonathan, I vow to celebrate your triumphs and love you all the more for your disappointments. I vow to stand with you, to challenge and encourage you, and to be your biggest champion. I vow to have the patience that love demands, to speak when words are necessary, and to be silent when they are not. I vow to love you through our trials, tribulations, and sorrows, through our joys, adventures, and successes, for all the days of my life. I ask you to wear this ring as a symbol of our love and ongoing devotion to one another. I love you. Do you take me as your wife?
I do. Matt, do you have Sarah's ring? Could you give it to Jonathan? Sarah. From our first tub until this moment, my life has been happier and more blessed than I could ever have thought possible. You are everything I thought I wanted in a partner, and also everything I never realized I needed. Your drive inspires me. Your compassion moves me. You push and challenge me. You take me to task when I need it, when I need to be throttled and told to hurry up and get something done. And you cheer my success. You help make me the better man that I want to be. And now I find myself waking up, and nearly every morning my first act is devoted to you. I make the bed. I never made my own bed. I don't make it when you're not there. But you want the bed made, and so I make the bed. Your happiness drives my happiness. Your sorrow is now my sorrow, and your successes are what I celebrate, and your disappointments pain me as well. I am so incredibly fortunate and blessed to share your love and for our love. And I will strive with all of my being in service of that love and of the magic that we share. I vow to celebrate your triumphs and love you all the more for your disappointments. I vow to stand with you, to challenge you, and encourage you, and to be your biggest champion. I vow to have the patience that love demands, to speak when words are necessary, and to be silent when they are not. I vow to love you through our trials and tribulations and sorrows, through our joys, adventures, and successes, for all the days of my life and my next life. I ask you to wear this ring as a symbol of our love and ongoing devotion to one another. I love you. Take me, your husband. Well, we've almost made it, but before I announce you as husband and wife, I'd like to share with you a few final thoughts. I want you to take a moment to let this all sink in. Once this moment passes, it's gone, and I don't want you to ever forget it. So could you turn towards your family and friends and take a look at all of those beautiful faces? When are you ever going to see all of these people together like this? And they're all here for you. So Sarah and Jonathan, I hope this moment was everything that you ever dreamed of. And now that you've joined yourselves in solemn matrimony, may you strive all of your lives to meet this commitment with the same love and devotion that you now possess. And by the power of your own love, I pronounce you husband and wife. It's my pleasure to introduce for the first time as husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Haradon.